How do you? How come you are so successful?
Well, that's a very good question. I go in by myself. I don't come in with a contingent of Americans or a military or police contingent because that's going to be intimidating. So I come in by myself with a small team of local porters who are usually tribal, of the local tribe. So I come across in a non-threatening manner, and I tell them I'm there on a humanitarian mission and I'm looking for these airplanes. And they always open up. They always tell me what they know. But you have to have this direct face-to-face meeting with the people. You can't do it over the internet or by Skype. You have to meet these people face-to-face. They're very simple, primitive people, and most of them don't even have a phone or electricity. So everything is a face-to-face encounter.
I see. Well, that's interesting. So, how many aircraft have you actually found?
It's close to 30.
Wow.
Yeah, close to 30 and close to 300 U.S. aircrew personnel have now been accounted for. We haven't actually physically recovered all those remains, but at least we know where those remains are at.
Well, how? What do you do when you get to one of these crash sites? What do you? How do you go about sorting everything out?
Well, the first priority and the most important job I have is to try to identify the airplane, because so many airplanes went down and so many men are unaccounted for. If you don't have a way of identifying the airplane, then you're going to play heck identifying whose remains are there. So I have to identify the airplane. It could be a wing number, it could be an aircraft data plate, it could be an engine serial number, or if I'm real lucky, a dog tag. All those are different ways of identifying the aircraft. And then I can pull up the records and I know exactly who was on that airplane.
So, a lot of these families that have lost loved ones had no idea what happened to them. What is their reaction when you contact them after finding one of these downed aircraft?
Well, they're just blown away. They can't believe it that after all these decades, the plane has been found and documented. And
Because that was happening 70, 75 years ago.
That's correct. Now, granted, not everyone is that interested, but generally speaking, the families are very keen to know what happened. And I've been invited to attend a lot of the ceremonies where the remains were deposited in a cemetery or at the National Cemetery in Arlington or wherever. But I've been invited to attend a number of the ceremonies and give a presentation for the gathered guests.
I see. So this is an ongoing thing for you. You haven't stopped. You're going to keep going, keep looking for these planes.
I'm going to keep going until I can't walk anymore.